Posehn. I used to have a podcast where I played Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of my friends. I missed it, so I decided to make a new one. It's called Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. It's myself, a couple of my buddies, Blaine Patch, Dan Telfer, Ken Daly, an occasional guest or two, and we're going to be playing in a new setting, my dining room. Each week you'll hear my wife, my son, my dogs, and we're going to be playing in a place that I love and playing the game that I've loved half my life, Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 5th edition, and we're ready. So are you ready? Here's Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Brian.
It's Brian Posehn. You're listening to Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker, episode 38.
Blaine can't be here tonight, so we've asked
Dan.
James Mason to join us.
It's Eddie Izzard's James Mason.
Ken, Dan, Eddie Izzard. Everybody's here. All the usuals.
Yeah.
Eddie.
The usual suspects, which I was in.
Yeah.
Were you
Don't
Kaiser
tell anybody.
Soze?
Yeah.
Did,
What was that
Pretty
like?
much.
Mastermind in that whole thing.
Oh, between running away from Kevin and
Oh, was he chasing?
Brian.
Oh, God, right. So you guys re-convinced Count Barriss against all odds. You rolled a couple more charisma 20s. That was fucking silly.
Yeah. We're
And
very convincing in our dice rolling.
you bought yourself some more time above ground. So you're heading, I guess, into the Lunar Elf Woods to try to turn back time. Horo, by the way, is
If I could
in
turn back time, I wouldn't even
real
talk about
rough
it.
shape.
He's what?
Real rough shape. He looks like he's taken some psychological damage. He's kind of twitchy.
He's seen too much.
He's definitely like a civilian and doesn't.
What can we do?
Also, a couple of the elves look really shaken. This whole going back in time thing is a little disorienting for such nature-based people, and they can feel that the air. You hear them whispering like the air doesn't belong in my mouth. This is not right. This is not right.
Well, you know, I'm gonna sing a little song of rest for these guys. Maybe it'll calm them down a
Oh,
little
that's super nice of you.
bit. Goes a little something like this.
Give me a head with hair, long beautiful hair.
And I'll do a whole thing like from the Minions.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It'll be a whole.
I saw Elvis in here, actually.
So Elvis in hair?
That's what it kind of sounded like.
Can
Yeah,
you
it sounded like you were doing hair, but Elvis doing hair.
I thought that's what he was doing. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Black Moors are delicious.
I get it. You thanked us like that guy.
Yeah, but I said it like what Elvis would say in a normal voice.
Oh, he didn't have a normal voice. He was a silly old.
Thank you very
dude.
much, Priscilla. That's what he would sound like if he had a normal voice. Well, hey, Sonny, Ray, let's go buy everybody Cadillacs.
Thanks for changing my bedpan at 2 a.m.
All right. Hey, does anybody need anything? I'm going to go die on the toilet. That poor guy. He was 40. How old was he? He was like
He was
40.
23 years old.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
He was super younger than us.
He was much younger than us. I remember when he died, I was 9 years old and he was
24
younger
years
than
old.
me. So young.
He was 7 years old. Most talented 7-year-old.
Oh, no, that was certainly Jimmy Osmond.
No, don't you mean the long-haired lover from Liverpool? Actually, I wasn't 9 when Elvis died. What was that? 75, 76?
77, I think.
77?
7.
I was
11.
11.
Yeah.
12.
It was before I was born, I think.
That was
Shut up,
Star
kid.
Wars happened.
Shut the fuck up, kid.
Elvis died in 1977.
May 25th, 1977.
Speaking of Elvis,
Elvis was a hero to most.
does my song of rest do anything for
Elvis
these
is
guys?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Motherfuck him and John Wayne.
Definitely helps, although whoa.
Thank you very much.
Another small rivulet of dark green appears on Horo's unitard as he hears that belch, and it frightens him.
All right. I kind of want to. I wish there was some way to dope him
Yeah, we could put
Give
him
him
in
some
sort of
whiskey
a
or-
trance or something.
Yeah, well, he was trying to. The song didn't suit
It helped
his
the elves
mood.
more than Horo. Horo still looks disheveled and.
Excuse me, Diet Coke. Oh, I downed a Diet Coke, so I'm just burping.
For those of you just tuning in, Brian's turning into a werewolf.
doing the Chet scene in Weird Science.
Hey, dudes. Horo walks up to you guys, though,
ham
actually,
sandwich served in a dirty ashtray.
and he says, "Hello." So I'm hearing a lot of talk with some real scary people. What's going on? You told me it'd be safe if I went with you and go in the caves, and I've seen a lot of monsters, and there's been a lot of death, and just kind of want to get more a clear vision of what you got.
Well,
in mind
it could have
for
been
me?
worse.
Something about saving the world.
We're saving the world, and we tell him everything.
Saving you. Well,
We're saving you.
Really?
This what you've seen is a lot. It could have been worse.
Really?
Yeah, we saw a different version
left
of
to
you.
your
Where
own devices, you will perish soon.
Yeah.
So we're going to take care of you.
And apparently you traveled through time. I'm learning.
yeah,
We apparently did.
You convinced a vampire. I sort of by association am allowing myself to be marginally convinced. However, I find a lot of this difficult to take in, and I
Understandable.
don't see my role in this other than you're just sort of protecting me.
do you like to drink?
I wouldn't mind a little drink.
Do we have anything? We should have something in.
You,
I have some Pruno from my 5 years in Pleasant Valley.
Go-go juice?
yeah.
We give go-go stuff.
Gago flies out from underneath the twitching pelvis on the ground as you walk past.
Nice.
And he says, I still got some mush gunk if he wants to take that shit.
Much gunk. Is that what Gago drinks?
Yeah, bro. It'll do you right.
Oh,
I mean, he'll be submissive for sure.
yeah, it's not going to kill him, is it?
I mean, probably not.
No, let's stay away from that. But we didn't pocket any whiskey when we.
I thought we were giving Gago
Yeah, I
whiskey
think you've
at some
got
point.
bright pink, sort of medieval Bartles and James that you've been letting Gago take sips of, and then you've got a bottle of whiskey that they sold you back on the beach right when you landed.
Yeah, let him have just a sip of that.
It'd be more than a sip.
Yeah, he's like, he takes the bottle in his hands, it takes a little sip, and just kind of waits to see if you take it back from him.
Nope, go ahead.
He chugs.
Good.
And we'll see you in the lobby in the morning.
So yeah, Llewellyn suggests that you guys head into the woods, and you do. She's gonna try. She says, she's disguised now. I'm gonna roll that again.
Right.
She's gonna try to find another lunar elf, in the hopes it won't be her.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So she is still levitating, and she kind of heads into the woods, just kind of sprite stuff, and your group kind of marches into the woods. She tells you that she will keep track of you guys. Just keep heading towards the middle of the woods. And she comes back and says, I found someone. It's me. I patrol the west side of the forest. I thought this might happen. So
What can we tell you?
tell me that you are on a mission to resolve the great calamity, and that you have you have with you somebody who you're keeping under wraps because you don't want them to encounter another witch. Like, be honest about that
Okay.
stuff. She definitely saw me hovering around. Me
Yeah.
saw me.
Did she recognize me?
No, I
Hair's different.
So she says, "Yeah, why don't you guys try and head over and talk to her?"
Damn it.
So let's do.
Okay.
You see a little bobbing lantern with a glowing fairy in it, walking towards you.
I'll call out to her.
What you say? What you say?
What's her name again?
Lou Oven.
Lou Oven.
Blue oven.
Or Lou Oven, as Brian likes.
Lou Oven.
Captain Lou Oven Albano.
Oh, Lou Oven.
You want to like tap some 3 beer bottles together?
Come out and play.
She kind of picks up her pace and walks over to you and says, "Hello.
Hi.
You seem interested. How do you know what's happening?"
Because we know you. You don't know us yet, but you will.
You're going to want to do a persuasion check, difficulty of 10.
the future.
Right?
So she goes, "Ooh, I see. Okay. What do you need?"
We need you to stay away from us because you are with us.
We have.
Oh, I don't.
Oh no,
you know,
no.
I
We
don't
have
wanna
somebody
tell her
we
that.
got to keep under wraps.
Right, yes.
But we're here trying to avoid the Great Calamity or reverse the Great Calamity.
Reverse it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
You thought so.
I'm wondering, are you planning to go down into the heart of the island?
Yes.
Okay. Very dangerous. The Demolith has left some traps down there. But I will march ahead, and I will let my people know you're coming. I see that your weapons are soaked in death.
That's what happened.
I should warn you,
Funny story about that.
my people will be ready to protect themselves. So we're not, going to attack you, but we're not. I'm not sure what's going on here. So
We're only here to help.
why don't you roll one more persuasion check to see what level of trust she leaves you with?
Difficulty of 2.
No. So she kind of squints at you and says, okay, I'll see what I can do. And she kind of jogs off. She puts her lantern on her belt and just sort of bangs on her butt as she runs away.
I don't want to work.
I want to bang the fairy lantern all day. So you get a little message from Forenmeyer. One of the scouts comes over and says, Forenmeyer thinks that maybe he shouldn't go down into the heart with you, but we will.
Is he afraid something's going to happen to him?
He thinks that, based on what he knows from talking to you guys, the vampires are going to come looking for you, and someone should stage some kind of fight when they do.
Okay. All right.
Which vampires?
All of them except
vampire.
Barriss. You haven't killed any of them in this
Vampire
timeline,
committee.
so
Okay.
at some point, someone's. I mean,
The Homeowners Association.
the word is on the street that you guys decided to keep heading east and not take Horo to Count Amalagna's castle. Originally, you think Horo didn't even get this far east when you saw him die. You think he just sort of stayed near the camp. So
Okay.
this would piss off the Demolith. So, as you get farther into the woods, you see a bunch of sort of like vibrating air. It looks like a wall. It looks like sort of that film on a bubble, just sort of like rainbow oily.
Okay. Oh, very
swirls.
pretty.
It's
like
like a membrane.
like a gas leak.
Is there are there edges to it? Can we go around it? Is it
Hooded Disguisey Loven says, this is a spell that will possibly kill you if you attack a lunar elf.
sure. It's one of their spells.
I admire that you tried to hold that burp in, Brian. That was like the most restraint I've ever seen.
Is that what you're saying? That it's one of their spells?
Yeah, it's a lunar elf spell of protection. It coats you, and it can. You won't notice it after you pass through the membrane, but if you attack one of her people,
Oh, don't worry about it.
it could try to damage you. Everybody
Well,
seems
we're
cool
gonna
with
try
that.
not to attack 'em.
Forenmeyer kind of winces and says, I think this is where we actually part ways. I'm going to keep patrol. This sounds like the kind of thing that Demolith could use against us. I don't want to
Well,
set myself up.
we'll miss you and your bear. Yes.
He gives you a thumbs up as he pulls his shredded leather armor that he keeps busting out of up over his crotch, and he heads off. You guys have 6 wood elves with you, and as you pass through the membrane, you see very clearly that there is an elf encampment, and the trees are all gone. There's like a civilization here. You couldn't see it before you went through the membrane. So you pass through, and as if it was disguised, you see, there's buildings that look like they've been here for centuries. There's these little shark, piranha-faced elves walking around. They all kind of like turn and look at you. There's dozens of them.
It's a good thing none of this burned down.
They all kind of clear the streets. Llewellyn whispers, I think they're trying to avoid me. They know that I'm marked. Good job. So she suggests you head to the chieftain's hut, and you do, and you recognize this guy, Twee. He is one of the larger druids that you saw when you set the forest on fire.
Oh yeah, good time.
So, he says, "Hi, welcome. This is our encampment. We don't let a lot of people in here, but yeah, I understand you guys have been surfing through time."
You heard the story.
Everybody do a saving throw for your... do a wisdom saving throw.
What do they need?
You just need to... What did you get with your bonus?
I got an 18.
I got a 14.
I had 26.
Shit. All right. So you guys all get a weird kind of queasy feeling in your stomach. And you hear...
Better than that peaceful, easy
Oh,
feeling.
were we supposed to roll low on this?
Huh? No, you did fine. No, you passed it. But
And we're gonna
you get like this wave of nausea, and you kind of swallow, and it passes. This guy's really fucked up looking. His teeth kind of stick out of his cheeks a little bit, and his back looks like it's broken at like a 45-degree angle. And a couple of the wood elves you're with kind of shudder and kind of face away from him, like they don't really care. And he says, yeah, I get it. Listen, I understand you want to go underground. If you've already gone back in time, I should warn you, our cave is to be used sparingly. We have a small room where time reverses very slowly, and that's usually where we go. There's an old sort of utility tunnel that we try not to use that goes to basically where the Demolith cast a lot of underground spells. He made a bunch of sort of blood pacts, cast a lot of necromancy down there. There's some kind of, elementals down there guarding. And he says, if you like, I will walk you some of the way. May I ask, do you know the name of this marked lunar elf that's with you, with the hood over its head? I don't quite recognize him.
We do, but we'd rather not say.
He nods and says, Fair. My people are very impulsive. We are very inquisitive. It's gotten us in a lot of trouble.
You're like cats.
Yeah, we're like cats that crash the moon into the earth.
You're runcible.
He says, great. I hope you can undo what we have done. I'm not sure what will happen to me if you go that far back in time, but if you go into the utility tunnels, I can tell you time will start going very fast in reverse. It will hit a wall, though, and you will reach a point where when you come up, time will have reversed to when the world ended, or at least when this was cut off from the rest of the world.
Okay.
This whole thing that isolates the island, you can't go back farther in time than that. At a certain point, I'm not sure what will happen, but I do know that...
I don't think we want to.
He says, no, but all sorts of strange things might happen while you're down there. You might see the Demolith in a form you're not familiar with. You might encounter some of his lackeys. I don't know, but I'll take you there. He gets out of his chair, and you just see his feet kind of stick out, and it looks like he's got extra joints in his toes. They're just really fucking gnarly. And
Yes.
This guy. All right. What is venture?
Blaine, you look like you're about to ask something.
No, I'm just trying to.
Such a mellow episode.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about elf stuff. Like, now you said we can't go back before the Demolith was created.
Well, you can't go back before the island was cut off. I mean, that's the magic at play that allows you to go back in time.
Yeah. Okay. So we can't go back and get this guy when he's like a baby Hitler.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. You can't baby Hitler. I mean, we don't think he was born in this land. We think he was a traveler. We think
Who, Horo or no, Demolith?
the Demolith. But as you're saying all this, and you're talking about it, Horo is definitely like pacing back and forth and not feeling it.
He needs to chill.
Have another
Is
drink.
that whiskey not helping?
What? I don't think I should drink any more whiskey. This sounds pretty serious.
Okay. Have one
easier
more.
if you
Have
drink
one
some
more,
whiskey.
and don't worry.
You can roll to make him drink one more time. Or yeah.
Yep.
You have a peer pressure
Yes.
spell?
What was that?
17.
Oh, okay.
Make him smoke a whole pack of cigarettes.
He locks eyes with you, takes a swig of the whiskey. He shudders and he looks away like he really regrets locking eyes with you, and he's scared. But he's calm. He's calm.
So I can swallow some skull too.
Oh man, you got to get at the bandits.
You think at this point, if you offered him chewing tobacco, he would just take a fistful and like swallow it. He's really stressed out.
I'll tell him it's chewing tobacco, but it's really big league chew.
To a bump. That would not chill him out. He would I think maybe get a little hostile. So or at least he would have a lot of really great ideas for a screenplay. So you follow the head of the Lunar elves out of this hut, and you realize he hasn't told you his name. And you're walking towards what looks like the center of town, and you see what looks like sort of an opening in the ground, sort of a lopsided, smushed cave. It's not a typical cave. It looks like some sort of hole rending in the earth, but it's large enough for you guys to walk down without too much effort. You just gotta kind of be a little bit careful. And he shows you a room, and he says, already time is slowly going backwards. You could stay here, and it would very, very, very slowly rewind. Our people go here because we're near immortal, but this is where we contemplate our mistakes, where we lament the world that's gone, all that stuff. And he points this wall that looks like just a cave wall, and he says, "That's not a real wall. I don't tell everybody. You'll notice when you were in my throne room, we were alone. Everybody has been told to leave me to you. Nobody but me knows this. But if you walk right through this wall, you will start to go down another tunnel that will lead you to the heart of Amina. It's not really like it didn't used to be the heart of Amina. There's just a lot of screwed up spells that got cast down here. Rock that was once rock is now squishy and full of demons. So be careful where you step. I will take you a small ways down. Then I would like to not go too far back in time.
I don't believe we caught your name.
It's best that I don't tell you.
Fair enough.
Let me guess. French Stewart.
Do you want to ask him what his name is? You can do a persuasive.
It's no big deal.
I'm not going to press it.
Cool. Yeah, he says we've done a lot of horrible things, and my name,
Is it Mud?
He kind of looks around and he's like,
Hardcore
you may not see me again. So I'll be honest with you. We are not from this plane. We are a Fey people from another plane of existence. So it's a bit of a spell to hear my name.
That? Do we not know that?
No. We just knew they were different.
But if you think of a name you want to call me, I will respond.
Johnny.
Johnny? Great. Nice to meet you. I'm Johnny. And he walks through a wall. You guys follow him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it. He's a road runner.
Can we take a quick break?
Yeah.
We back.
Hi.
Yes.
That's what the nameless head of the Lunar elf says as you go as he goes through the wall. You guys all follow him, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody goes through. You notice Horo really takes his time. And when you go through the wall, it's just a pretty boring cave. It just looks like a mild trick. And he says, if you want, I can show you something a little disturbing, but it might aid you.
I knew it.
Aid you in your quest. I don't know.
Why would it be disturbing?
How do I put this? It involves, just undeath, I guess.
Okay.
But you might kind of get a sense of what you're in for. If I take you on a little tangent here, what do you think?
Is there any way to protect horror from this?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Can we leave him with an elf or something?
What do you want to ask him?
I think we want to protect him. Who, horror?
Yeah. What's that?
Maybe let's blindfold him.
I can hold person him.
Yeah. I'm just worried about him running away.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do both.
I'm gonna throw a hold person on him, and then I'm also going to throw levitate on him. I'm gonna tie a little string to him, carry him behind me like a balloon.
So he goes, whoa,
It's going to be fun.
and he tries to talk a little bit, but he doesn't have a high enough.
Shh, close his eyes.
Yeah, he can't do it. Some characters might, but he can't. And you tie a rope around him, you said? And
And tie a little string around his ankle. Sort of.
red balloon is here.
Yeah.
And so
I got 6. You got 6. She got 6.
So you head down the main passage, and then there's a fork. And he says, this is where this gets a little creepy. You go in, and the ceiling is low, and you hear some thrumming noises. Everybody do, let's see. I got to figure out
Roll
the
to save
right.
against not scary farm.
Roll to save wisdom.
18.
Under wisdom? Yeah.
Under my wisdom?
No, I think you use your bonus, and then you have to be over the difficulty that I set.
Oh, what was the difficulty?
What did I just say? Did I not say? This is what happens when I'm tired. All the listeners are like, we heard. We don't forget anything. I'm going to say this is a difficulty of 12.
Didn't make it.
Bodhi, you get this sort of just salty feeling in your eyes as you realize you're seeing like a river of blood. It's in the wall. After you go under this,
It's like Doom.
yeah, you go under this sort of low hanging ceiling. You see this wall that's like pulsating with bloody forms, and for a turnish, Bodhi, you're not seeing it. I'm gonna see if anyone else. You blindfolded Horo, so he's not an issue. I'm just gonna say that all the elves passed. He says this is how the Demolith seeded this island with his blood. He brought in souls, bodies, beings full of blood, mixed it with his, magically brought them under his thrall, and he is basically magically pumping this blood through the whole area. Weird. It mixes with the soil, it gets between the rocks.
Can I touch it?
You can try.
Touch my fingertip to it.
Do a constitution check, difficulty 12.
14.
Great. So you hear voices in your head saying, hello, 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 hello. Can you help me? Help me.
I hope I don't hear my mother over all the other voices in New York. And I take my finger away. Do they stop?
They kind of linger for a little longer than is comfortable, but it goes away.
Okay.
But it's ringing in your ears. Yeah. Like you feel like, you just touched a sort of spectral And like when you pull your hand away, it kind of shudders, like you just stuck your finger in Jello, and and you just you see being-sized forms kind of whipping past this outer Jello, and it looks like they're rushing past. He says there's whole populations down here in the rocks.
And they just circulate. It's people that he's already killed. Is he getting new people from around any place?
He doesn't need to. At this point, I should try to do his voice. He says, he doesn't really need to. I think he's in the last phase. I think you guys are we're quite lucky to have you. I think you sort of arrived on Amina in the tail end of our time here. So he's done all the blood sacrifices he needs to seed the island. And there's thousands of people on the other side of this wall. Not really anything you can do for them. He says one thing that he did was he, for each of his vampire children, sacrificed a powerful warrior. And their souls are what drives the sort of blood pressure, the sort of stream. He convinced these beings that they should drive the masses like a heart would. So
Okay.
So there's 8 unique personalities in there, but otherwise it's just echoes. There's not really much you can do.
So we can't get those people out of there.
I mean, I've never tried. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, creepy.
I've done enough. I'm a pretty powerful magic user. I would like to give my people all the time they have. I know there's no lunar elves in there. I don't think anyone from my plane would have really helped. I think he needed people who were rooted in this world to be sacrificed. But I don't know. Maybe some friends of yours are in there. I don't know.
Is there any way to put to divert the stream or a dam or reach it,
divert it
try to
where?
pull people out, or to see if we can do it? Because I don't want to jump in there, because then of course
He cocks his head too far to the left, and it looks really impossible for you to try that. And he says, I'll tell you what. I'm sort of at the end of my knowledge that I think will help you. I think you should feel free to try whatever you want. If you head back to the fork in the road and go the other way, you'll head down towards sort of the Demolith's headquarters. If you want to try anything here, by all means, go ahead. I'm going to go above ground to be back with my people. Bye! And he ducks under the ceiling and does his weird kind of crab walk.
Okay. I'm gonna draw a little diagram of where we are.
Okay.
Just to remember where this fork is. And the invisible walls.
Everybody do a perception check, a difficulty of just 10.
Yes.
What was it?
10?
Perception? Nah.
6, so no.
Tom, you got it?
Yeah.
So, Tom, you hear a voice say, hello?
Uh-huh.
Do you like Star Wars?
He just put on an X-Wing squadron bomber jacket like it was nothing. It's got all these fancy ass patches.
Whoa! You didn't tell me you were in the Rebel Alliance.
That's awesome.
I didn't know you were a Trekkie.
I am.
That was my favorite thing in the 90s. Go into like a Star Wars AOL chat room and just be like, my favorite is fucking Chekhov.
That was that old bit I did on, I think, Nerd Rage, my first record. It was because it was a thing that I did during when the lines would be at the Dome, like when 99. I went by Phantom Menace line and yelled, Star Trek sucks. And that was the joke I did was nerds hate it when you get their obsessions wrong. So you yell the wrong thing and they freak out. But yeah,
Little did you know that was the time when Star Wars sucked.
it did.
So yeah, Tom, you hear
that was a whole other bit.
a voice say hello,
Hello?
inside your head.
Hello?
When you say hello back,
Who do we
you
think's talking
feel
to him?
like you can hear your voice bouncing back off the wall in a way you couldn't before. Almost like you just attuned yourself to it a little bit.
I'm going to touch the blood.
You're gonna touch the blood. Yeah. How far in you gonna put your hand?
It's my favorite Slayer song.
Touch the blood.
Not
That's
when
how it
you
goes,
sing
right?
it like that.
Yeah. Fucking your finger just goes through. Okay, do a Constitution check. You get a +3. What did you get? A 20.
23.
Oh my God. You're getting some really good rolls. All right, I guess I got to give this one to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a big old secret because you rolled a fucking 20 +3.
All right. Don't tell them, though.
You hear a very familiar voice say, I'm here.
Oh, fuck. Is it a female voice?
Yes.
Is it Leonardo DiCaprio's wife?
Is it Nettie?
Yeah. How can I help you? How can I get you out of there?
Can you get me out? I don't know where I am. What's happening?
Come towards my voice.
And Mel.
You sound like you're everywhere. What's happening? What happened?
Well, how are we going to solve this problem, guys?
That
Man with two brains.
yeah, I thought
Where she was,
thought so.
yeah, where she was communicating telepathically
I
from
thought
the
that
jars.
song was from the Jerk, but
It's like an old Hawaiian, like old timey
and
standard.
that's from Man with Two Brains.
Yeah.
Okay, because I knew the first part was, but I thought the song was from the Jerk. I thought you were splitting Steve Martin references.
The voice says, he's here too,
Who's he?
crying.
Roy Orbison?
Oh,
Crying O'Bonner.
yeah, right. Are you dead?
I don't know. What's happening? Where am I?
Oh, my God.
Who is this?
It's my best friend and my love of my life.
Oh, Letty?
Nettie.
Nettie. Yeah, Letty's the one.
You
from the
gotta
show.
really try to.
That's my best friend and the love of my life. My
your best
sweet Nettie, crying.
Crying.
We used to roll together
Oh, right. Okay, because Brian was.
back in the day. Then they CG'd him at the end of one of the movies. It was really sad.
Tom, do you need help? Let me kick some ass. Get me out of here.
I don't know how to get you. All I know how to do is go fast.
Oh my God.
Me too, she says. Me too.
Come to the light.
I can't see
called-
anything.
I
called him from my voice.
Everything's white.
Carol Ann, just come to the light.
Does what's her name?
I
know
can't
what to do?
move.
Does the elf know what to do?
Luoven.
Yeah.
She says, I think for all intents and purposes, she's dead. I mean, there might be a way to go far enough back in time where the Demolith hasn't done that particular thing.
Before she died.
But I don't know what kind of spell. I don't know if any of you are necromancers or.
We're gonna go back before then.
We got to go back.
We got to go back in time.
Yeah.
But how would Huey Lewis say that?
Dude. You guys hang tight. I'll come back for you.
Okay. I miss you.
Yeah, tell me about it.
What do you guys want to do?
Finish up. Get rid of this fucking Demolith and turn time back and get
Yeah.
my lady back.
I mean, is that a trick for? Well, you wouldn't tell us, but
Luoven
is that
says,
your
I don't, really know how much I would trust this, but
yeah,
I don't sense.
Let's do what we're
But
here
I don't
to
feel
do,
like there's anything I can do right now
Yeah, there's
other
nothing you
than
can
go
do to
back in
help.
time at the end and get her.
Nettie. So let's
Letty.
do what we're here to do.
Letty.
So you guys head back to the fork.
Yeah.
And start going underground. You guys, you go down for a couple hours, and it feels like, you've gone significantly far. Your ears pop a couple of times, and
Chew some gum. You guys want some gum?
Yeah, sure.
there suddenly,
No,
what do you guys? Are you guys just using dark vision?
Yeah.
Wow. What are you doing while you travel for awareness?
We all have it, don't we? Does everybody have dark vision?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else as you go
I'm smoking
down?
crack.
I mean, you would after what just happened, I guess.
I have dark vision. I also have pearl vision. So I can get.
Is that the one that takes an hour to relearn?
No, that's my Big B's lens crafter.
I have tunnel vision.
Does that mean you're thinking about weed?
Eyes with that tunnel vision.
There was a tunnel vision. I got that tunnel vision really well on my mind. I don't know who something that was.
So yeah, what do you guys do? Are you just trusting your dark vision, or are you doing anything
Yes.
else to sort of feel your way down the tunnel?
What
What
else
you
could
use
we
like a
do?
torch?
Yeah.
I think you guys have.
Yep.
Does anyone have
I do.
like a light spell or?
I have torches in the tinderbox though.
Lumo.
Oh right, okay,
I cast Lumo.
okay. So pretty far down, you suddenly see there's some kind of boulder blocking off
No.
the tunnel.
Is it over his shoulder? Though?
The elves kind of stop because you're using enough light where you can see it from a safe distance, and they're like, "What do you want to do?"
Hey,
Fuck that boulder up.
wasn't the wall an illusion? Let's see if the boulder is an illusion.
Sure.
You can just try to walk right through it.
I think we should take a running start. I think we should run right into it.
How are you going to test it?
I thought I would throw some soup on it.
I'm gonna paint a tunnel on it, and then get the
old
coyote to
Roadrunner
chase me.
treatment.
Yeah.
Let's just. I'll go over and. Is it a rock?
It
So
wasn't a rock.
it doesn't look like it before you touch it, but once you put your hand on it, it feels just a little bit moist.
Yummy.
And it definitely pushes back just a little bit, like you can't walk through it or put your hand through it. And a giant,
Thing comes out and kills me.
yep, bye. No, big eyeball right above your hand goes and pops open. Just one.
I'm gonna back up and
Is it a D&D or Doom?
yeah, I'm just backing up really quick.
This boulder pulls its stalks out of the hole, and it starts walking towards you on its stalks. It looks like it's still made of rock, and little like crumbs break off of its tendrils. It looks like it might have been sitting there for a long time. But it opens a big toothy mouth that was sort of hidden underneath the bottom of it before, and it kind of just starts licking its teeth.
Like a Zorn or something, or Let me see what I got here. I'm gonna cast a spell of interest in sports. We're gonna talk about sports for a while. See if that works.
Kill anything
Okay,
D&D.
I'm kidding. I don't have that spell.
roll with your fandom modifier. No, what are you
What
doing?
are you really rolling?
Yeah, you dummy.
Sorry.
Roll for real.
You fuck.
Is it an anime?
He knows I don't mean it.
Is it an anime?
Huh?
Is it an anime?
Is it enemy? Is that what
Yeah,
you're-
is it an anime?
We're all too congested to do two weird voices. This is not working.
I'm going,
an anime?
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
I just want to be loved. Is that so
I think
wrong?
it's chaotic evil. I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna just hit it with a couple of fire bolts as I
Firebolt,
back up
firebolt,
right in the
firebolt.
eye.
Roll for damage, please.
Are these D10s or D8s? I can never. 10s. Yeah.
Oh, firebolts
If it goes
are
up
10.
to 10, it's a 10, and if it goes up to 8, it's an 8.
Wisdom from Brian Posehn.
If it only goes up to 6, it's a 4. And
Firebolt. Firebolt. Sleep.
39.
Brian just fell to the ground and died.
That's how old
What'd
I
you
am.
get?
not really.
39.
Oh shit! Okay,
Me and
so
Jack Barriss.
this thing's eyeball squeezes shut after you just slam into it, and
It'd probably take a while to get adjusted to the light.
it sort of leans back on its stalks and gives you more mouth to deal with. Everybody, roll for initiative, please.
What if it's not an enemy?
No, I think it's just like a librarian or
I got
something.
a 9.
12.
8.
So that's what Bodhi, Twee, Tom, and then
Wait, it was really Dominic Toretto on that sign you saw?
Yeah.
The guy's name was Dominic Toretto. That's crazy.
do
The last episode.
you think that they got the idea from you?
I don't know, frankly. It's just weird to me. It's really coincidental.
I mean, I hope you didn't post just fan fiction on some free live journal site or something.
Oh,
You
shit.
can't copyright that.
Yeah, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. End quote. Dominic Toretto.
Well, that's always been his quote, that he lives a quarter mile at a time. That was Ken's joke. I mean, it was a take on that, right? But
Yeah.
what part are we not?
I guess we just don't know the people who made these movies.
No, who does?
I made a comment and someone stole it and made a franchise out of it. They just
my
switched
God.
all the
Ryan, this
letters.
No, I know the joke
All
you
of
were
it.
going for
Letters.
earlier. No, I know that, but I can't
like
believe
the band
we're
Kiss.
circling back to that.
Kiss took two of our characters and turned them.
I read your script, Tokyo Draft.
I just stabbed Ken's face off. I rolled
Tokyo
an 18.
Draft.
What did you get?
I got an 18, and I'm going to stab Ken's face off.
Okay, you're just
In
going to
real
attack
life.
Tom. Oh, okay.
No, Ken.
Okay.
I'm attacking Ken.
Suddenly, Ken
asking you
Daly,
for
character actor, appears in the game.
Hello. I introduced chicken McNuggets to America.
I just stabbed him with a red pen in the face.
Roll
Like
for,
any other
roll for
Wednesday.
damage, please. What part of him are you trying to stab? He's kind of right up in your grill.
Hold up my phone.
You want to call the shot? I mean,
I'm not really stabbing Ken. So what's
no, you're attacking this monster.
Oh, okay.
But I'll let you keep that roll because it was a good roll.
All right,
You-
cool.
You did it when you were supposed to.
Yeah.
You silly boy.
9.
+2 fire.
Yep.
So you get him in the gums, and you just kind of burn like the little skin between his teeth. You gonna? I'm assuming.
Yes.
You're doing the
Oh,
armor.
always. Yeah.
Okay.
That one's just a 12.
What with your bonus? What's your
Yeah,
bonus?
that's all it was. Yeah.
Okay, so this time you don't quite get it in
Okay.
there.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, Twee, you're up.
I am going to. What was I going to throw into that guy's mouth?
Oh, you know what? Really quick, while you're thinking about this,
Go for his dick.
the elves start firing arrows at this thing, ooh. So 3 of them will go in its mouth, and one of them hit a critical. So he kind of chomps on the arrows, but then one goes right kind of in his uvula. And really fucking slams into his uvula. And you see sort of green liquid mist out of its throat deep in the boulder. And you're up now, Twee.
I am going to. I'm going to do a cloud of daggers into the eye, or I'm going to put it into the throat where the
Yeah, it's closing its eye right now.
yeah. So cloud of daggers into its mouth towards the blood I see.
It did a terrible saving throw. Why don't you roll?
Oh, good. Cloud of taffy, cloud of puppies,
Because I don't have my glasses.
cloud of pet farts, cloud of McDonald Land gift certificates.
That's a scam. You don't need a different currency for McDonald Land.
Cloud of bad weave. Here we are, cloud of daggers. You fill the air with bad weaves. Oh, well, I'm sorry, it's cloud of bad weaves. All right, 44 damage increases 2d4 for each slot above second. So
Yep, go for it.
all right, we have 44. Sorry, these are hard to pick up, especially since I sanded my fingerprints off in that safe cracking class.
I really like that episode of Mindhunter that's
Did
about
it
you.
just for that class? Wow.
Mindhunter?
Moonhunter.
Mindhunter? So the 5, that's a 10, that's a 15. That's a 20. That was nice. I rolled,
What is that total?
20. 4 5s in a row.
Okay. So yeah, you just a bunch of things just go bang off of its teeth, the inside of its mouth. It takes a swing at Bodhi. So what's your AC?
Like tentacles? Or?
Yeah, so it's walking on 24 like stone-looking stalks, and it's sort of one of them pops out like a pillar, kind of pulls back like a baseball bat and swings at Bodhi. What's your AC?
15.
Just misses.
Cool.
You are up, Tom.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna firebolt the shit out of this thing.
Go for it.
All right. I'm gonna just do damage.
Hey, this episode's going to land pretty far in the future. What kind of products do you think there'll be commercials for in the distant future?
Well, you know, in 2018, Dan, I know I'm probably still going to be writing Big 5 sporting goods. It's just a Big 3 sporting goods with 2 fingers up your ass on my checks.
Okay.
Whoa, I feel like I just saw The Matrix.
Sorry, I pulled a muscle in my dad's back telling that shit.
I rolled 10 points of damage.
All right, great. It kind of makes a crunching noise with its big-ass mouth.
That's something.
It's still focused on Bodhi, and its eye kind of opens up a little bit. Some arrows start going at him again. Ooh. We get 3 hits. Thing goes right in its mouth. Ooh, let me do that one again. And yeah, these arrows just. Oh, pardon me while I get my dice.
Yeah.
I got it.
I got it.
Yeah. I'm not very flexible. So,
It is.
nobody here. We are the creakiest
This
podcast.
age,
Yeah, right?
still sucking on
living.
dick.
Dan's way younger
bragging
than
about
us. He's out of shape.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't help that I'm younger. I'm in terrible shape.
The only fit nerd I've ever seen is Joe. You know him.
And Hardwick. Hardwick's built like a fucking Spider-Man.
Not built like Joe.
No, Joe is built like a tank. You see
Mr.
Justice League
Joe.
yet?
Yeah. That was
He's
great.
got an amazing cameo.
That was cool.
He
He had told me about it
yeah.
before I saw it. It was cool.
I didn't know that he was the guy that Peter Parker punched in slow motion in the first Spider-Man.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He's Flash Thompson.
Is
Yeah,
he
it's great.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
That's such a great
That
scene.
is so
Rhodes
cool.
put it together. We were watching one time, and Rhodes goes, Flash Thompson, that's the guy that was at our house. And I go, yeah, but that's him 20 years ago. Like, how did you, like,
Oh, my
or
God.
15 or however old it was?
Go
The
Rhodes.
first Spider-Man.
He's
Yeah,
a
it was
true nerd.
crazy. Totally.
Kids can see through time.
I know, man. That's why they call kids the astronaut's wife. So, so
What do you mean they chase you across the country in a diaper?
That's why they call children nature's Kurt Vonnegut.
Well, wait, then what do they call nature's Vonnegut?
They call nature's Kurt Vonnegut Kilgore Trout.
I remember when Kurt Vonnegut did a drawing of a kid. This
Never
is a drawing
happened.
of a kid.
No, I don't buy it.
Oh, you're right. I was an asshole.
I forgot you were in that commercial for Kurt Vonnegut. For Kurt Vonnegut's Pootie Wheat Thins.
I gotta be honest, I'm really more of a
Right,
dog's
it's just
cradle
weird.
person.
Where are
And
we?
so it goes.
Hey, I was gonna ask you a question. I
can
don't know
ask
if they still do this, but are some spells reversible? Like a fly spell would make something not fly, or a light spell would cause darkness, or a cure wounds spell would cause wounds.
Yeah, like if you cast Cure Wounds on undead, it would do something different.
Okay, I was just
If you cast certain light spells and certain unnatural darkness, it could do something really bizarre because the sort of air is made of something different.
I had a character that was super evil, and all of his spells were reversed.
Yeah, like it could be
attack
a
people
character
by
flaw
healing
too,
them,
where
yeah.
like, oh yeah, your spells never have the wanted effect, basically.
okay. Okay, all right, just asking.
Just read it backwards and
For
see what
Frank.
happens.
Wounds cure.
So, Are we at an hour?
Almost.
We're at 5 hours.
All right. This thing goes for Bodhi, and it hits.
Oh, how dare you.
75 points of damage.
Stony Pillar hits you in the crotch for 10 points of damage. It pops up off the ground and thuds between your legs.
And it makes
Give the man a pencil.
that glass crunching sound, and then you walk around with the glass noise like Benny Hill.
You also scream like a girl when it hits you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we all saw it happen.
That was an amazing screenplay. What am I doing? Is it my turn yet?
Yes.
No. Okay, it is?
Yes.
Where is he? Right in front of me?
Oh yeah. He just hit you.
Right.
I'll call him a name.
Yeah. Jerk, face, fart, nugget.
Face fart nugget. Incorporated.
By the way, do
We'll
you
be
guys
back with
know?
more things
Do you guys
Brian
know
knows when he
my?
stuffs his stuff.
Do you guys know my nickname?
Jerk face fart nugget
Hold on,
incorporated.
it's close
Oh.
to that. You've heard this?
Is this? Yeah. Didn't like
Hey Siri,
Bobcat give it to you or something?
no. Rhodes changed my.
Oh, on your phone.
He changed my nickname on my phone, and then he also changed it because at the time he was watching a lot of Harry Potter, so he gave her a British voice. But listen, hey Siri, what's my nickname?
Dale Willemsteen is a South African cricketer who plays in tests. T20
No, shut the fuck up.
That is the weirdest wrong answer.
Siri,
I knew you were into cricket.
hey, Siri, what is my nickname? Siri, what is my nickname? Damn it. This is so going to be worth it. Nice. Siri, what is my nickname?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
A whole new
Hello, my
podcast.
ragam
Hey Siri, what is my nickname?
You're Mr. Fartface Wiener Eater.
That's right.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Fartface Wiener.
Yes, pretty close.
That's my favorite Dr. Demento song.
We've left it on there for about a year.
I just want to say, I think we should pause here.
Sure.
Mid-fight and say, you've done a lot of damage to this thing. This weird, crusty-looking, not quite beholder thing. Mm-hmm. And, it kind of like, I just feel how much this adventure, how far it's gone, and it'll never live up to the feeling of being filled with Skeletor's dick.
Nice. Skeletor's dick.
Hey, hopefully
Thanks for listening.
Hopefully by now we'll have T-shirts up. By the way, go to Near Mint.
Oh, yeah.
Skeletor's dick t-shirt.
Well, by the
He's
time,
gonna shoot us.
absolutely. By the
Too
time,
late to do an
Aren't they already
Orko's
up?
Gunt joke.
We don't have a Skeletor's dick shirt.
No, I mean, but our
By
Nerd
now,
Poker shirts.
the dice shirts should be up.
Yeah.
And sure.
What's the website?
nearmintmerch.com/nerdpoker.
Okay. Do it. Yeah, get a shirt. Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.